Welcome back, sleepers of the sands, to another Dune Awakening Deep Desert resource and blueprint guide for the week of October 28th to November 3rd. We have a really hot map newly spawned out on Arrakis, so stick around and see how the Coriolis storm has shifted your fate out among the great Shai-Hulud. But first, I want to take a quick minute to acknowledge all of you great supporters out there helping this video spread to a wider audience by liking, subscribing, and sharing with your Dune-related communities. This adventure is growing stronger, and you are the driving force powering its information engine. Thank you very much, and enjoy the Deep Desert map. And to quote the great Glenn Frey, the heat is on. That's right, because we have a lot of heat getting focused right jam smack on the border of PvP PvE land. But before we jump into that, we first want to take a look at the various parts of the map which are going to be best for you to start calculating where you are going to set up your base. And kicking it off, we have the large spice plumes, which are stunningly very close to our center of the map in terms of just right across the border. As you can see, we got 3 spice plumes, one here in F1, another in F4, and another one in F8. It looks like the devs are wanting us to just be able to jump across there really quick, grab our stuff, and come back. This has in the past been a little bit of a problem, as the PvPers now know exactly where the quick spice plumes are, and since they all don't spawn at the exact same time, they tend to just kind of float around there knowing that the PvEers are going to be trying to jump out there and get the quick spice to bring back to the base. However, if you are good at keeping your eyes in the sky and you are not getting caught off guard, it is a very quick and easy way to jump on large spice plumes this week. Not to mention, we do have this deep one here in I-7, which is kind of weighing down our east side quadrant a little bit, giving us more of a favor for what is going to be out there in terms of spice plumes and options. So you can always keep that in mind whenever you are setting up your bases here in a little bit. But as always, those spice plumes are the central point of everything to do with Dune, because without the spice, you can't build nothing. Adding to those spice fields, you can now take a look at how you might be trying to center around getting into the labs. Well, if you're into PvE labs, which I am absolutely not, but some people are, so I'm not going to sit here and judge, you will have also 3 Imperial testing stations that are just right parallel running to our spice. Of course, if you want to get the good stuff, the armor and whatnot, out of these different areas, you're going to have to go deep into the H column. H8 and H2 is where we are looking at positioning ourselves to get the Imperial testing station loot drops that are coming out, but it is offering us a pretty clear picture. As you can see, once again, after last week, we have a very clear Section 1, Section 2, and of course a Section 3 area where you can kind of start choosing and seeing where the islands are popping up, which we'll talk about a little bit later, for a good positioning for your base in terms of going out there and gathering resources. Either way, if you like putting an Imperial testing station on cooldown and just looting it, because there are some good things you can get out of the PvE testing stations, which we'll see at the end, but you will have these options very close up for you if you're popping up here in the middle of the map. And of course, you will have either the west or the east as an option for you to go diving, not only for your spice, but also those Imperial testing stations. Now, taking a look at the complete POI map out here, minus the materials that you can be farming, which we all know are just about everywhere you can find out on the map, you can clearly see that they are still going to force us, if we want those high-end tech guns, we're going to have to dive deep into the deep desert, and that's what they've always said they want us to do. But either way, you can see we have a few spots out here this week that we will be able to jump out and do some kind of damage in terms of finding our weapons. First off, we have at the north end of G2, I4 in the corner right there, and of course we have one here in G8. So we got 3 options for large shipwrecks. Of course, this is where you're getting all those great guns. We'll take a look at the loot tables again right after we are done looking at the map. But as you can see, in terms of the complete map, it looks like we have another week where they are trying to spread out the deep desert so that everybody has their own little section of real estate that they can hopefully get out there and try to control and use to some degree or not in terms of getting the resources and the blueprints that they want to progress inside of the game. Of course, as you can see with all of the islands that would be out there, I would definitely say that here E8, E9 is probably going to be one of the better places for you to be setting up this week, only because you will have two options for large spice plumes right down the lane from your little base area that you could be setting up. Of course, you could also add this here with E7 because this is all kind of parked in there. Anyways, you will be able to jump out here and get access not only to those two spice plumes, but of course you have the testing station and the shipwreck that you'll be able to get to. So this is probably going to be one of the hotter areas just because that little extra spice plume sitting out there deep is going to offer people one more chance for a spawn point in that edge of the map. So you want to make sure that your bases are getting built on this side so you can get out there and easily gain access to one extra large spice plume if that is what you are gunning for. As for the rest of the map, you can see D5 is a hot place because it is being tacked up with E5 in terms of lots of little island real estate that you can be able to jump out there and grab. And let's not forget this over here. It is a beautiful, huge E1 island that you're going to be able to set up on, get lots of resources, and of course still jump out there and get stuff. Now, as it comes for this map, it looks like they are starting to really understand at least how to balance out the map in a sense that gives everybody opportunities to jump out there and get stuff done. So it is good that the Funcom devs are taking a look and making more progress towards keeping our maps a little bit open-ended for us to find an area that isn't just clogging up a corner or one side of the map. They are spreading it out, and that's looking great for us because we need those blueprints and we need that spice. And as always, if you are new to Dune and you have a working ornithopter, make sure that every week you jump out to the A area and run all the Imperial testing stations because once again, this is how you're getting 180 free intel points. You might get tired of hearing me say it, but hey, there are still people that are joining the game and don't know about this. So if you are in Dune, you are new, you do have a working ornithopter, make sure that you are jumping out there, grabbing those Imperial testing stations, and expanding your knowledge. And since we have 3 Imperial testing stations sitting right there on the border out there by where we are building our bases, make sure that if you're interested in any of the items such as Halleck's pick or the power harness, even that young Sparky MK6, these are the loot tables that are being dropped out of those areas. So if you do find something that you need or you are missing or want more of, they are definitely out there, very easy to get your hands on. There should be no problem. There's not going to be anyone hurting you. So you can definitely, you know, make your way out there to grab these or have the chance to get them. As for the PvP Imperial testing stations, we do have, of course, Halleck's pick, the power harness, the Carterizer, that Holtzman shield, and young Sparky, not to mention the Dune Watcher and the Black Market K28 lasgun, all dropping out of the Imperial testing stations. So make sure that you are doing that for the PvP end of the game. If you are going for the large wrecked ships, this is where you will find all of them weapons that you really want to have to start shooting up people. Yeah, the perforator, the pulse knife, the pulse sword, the shell buster, and of course that disruptor pistol, which takes down the shields and stuns people and makes them very, very angry. Of course, not on this map is always the smaller down ships that are dropping out here, where you can get other weapons as well. However, we don't really put them on the map because they haven't been discovered necessarily, and they drop like crazy all throughout the week, and we surely don't have enough time to, you know, put those together and put them into the video. Either way, I hope that the map was juicy enough for you guys, and moving on to the last segment. And first of all, I want to give a massive and heartfelt thank you to everyone who took time to comment and share their thoughts on this video. It means the world to me that this content is proving useful to you all, and I am so happy that you take your time out of the day to leave your thoughts and comments. Tortor Midjor 9909, I'm so honored that our little corner of Arrakis can make the precious time you carve out after the workday and putting the little ones to bed more enjoyable. May the time be as rewarding as a successful spice harvest for you in the future. Thank you for the incredible kind words, and have a great day. Next, 88 Fallon, thank you for bringing this crucial intel to the surface. It seems the enemy has learned a new trick, leveraging the cover of the Shai-Hulud's wrath, the sandstorm, to exploit the very rules designed to protect us. The desert can be a cruel mistress, and your warning about the safety of the D-Row is a vital shield for all settlers. We hope the developers bring a swift patch to this vulnerability as soon as possible, for a safe base is the foundation of the Imperium. Next, Mike CC3BC. I appreciate the kind words, even if the entire 3,000 strong population of Arrakis watched. I consider it a success. Every player is a vital grain of sand in this desert of evolution. So keep up the good work, everybody, and thanks for that comment, Mike. Free Speech 7747. This is a fantastic news. May your bases at E3 and E8 be as secure and fruitful as the resources they overlook. It's a wise strategy to maximize those large fields and hotspots, so keep up the good work and keep enjoying the game. iRacing Aussie, let's go Big Bird. Indeed, cheer worthy of a House of Atreides battle cry. Thank you for that. iRacing Aussie, you are fabulous. Next, we have Billy0936. An excellent and crucial reminder. Never forget your duties. The small tasks are what keep the machinery of the great houses running. Surveying and cartography XP are the quiet pillars of progress. May your knowledge of the terrain grow very vast, my friend, and thank you for reminding us all to continue doing this for that XP. And next, iRockVet87, you are absolutely correct to point out that error. It is Fremen, the indigenous people of Arrakis, not freemen. An apology for the slip. We must respect the nuances of the true desert dwellers. Thank you for the correction. And to Herker09님, 좋은 정보라고 해주시니 정말 기분이다. 댓글 남겨주셔서 진심으로 감사드려요. 여러분의 격려는 스파이스처럼 귀한 힘이 됩니다. Also, I would like to jump out there and throw a massive shout out to all the dedicated prospectors who are leaving comments about points of interest and resources that weren't covered in the video. You are the true mentats of this community, sharing crucial knowledge that benefit us all. Your willingness to help others navigate the treacherous desert of Arrakis makes our settlement stronger. Thank you for making this community a wealth of shared information. Your engagement is what truly fuels this channel. Stay safe, and may the knife chip and shatter for everybody who takes time to leave a comment and watch this video. I appreciate you all, and I see you all. Keep those comments coming in and let me have a chance to shout out for you. Everybody, make sure to stay safe out there in the sands and have a great day.